Well, there are a lot of things you have to do. First of all, the banks have to start lending money. Secondly, the people have to start being confident enough to spend money if they do make it. You have to have jobs, jobs, jobs. That's where it all begins. You can help there with real incentives and real stimulation. We had one stimulation bill that was $750 million that didn't really stimulate a whole lot. There's an infrastructure bank there that hasn't been used yet, and the infrastructure bank is a very good thing in terms of jobs because it can help fund, and the infrastructure bank, as they've written it, is not just government money, which most of these efforts are, but it's government money plus private money. And what it does is it goes to infrastructure. But infrastructure can include a lot of things that help you green the nation. For example, you can get money to do solar panels. You can get money to do turbines for wind. So now you're working on energy in a very intelligent, greening way at the same time that you're making things and selling them. Look, the big problem with our economy, the biggest problem, if you study economies of the world, et cetera, we used to make things of value and sell them to people whom we loaned money to, okay? We made all the automobiles, we made all the washing machines. After the Second World War, we made everything. And what happened? We gave it away a little bit at a time. I said this once before in this very room. 1945. If it said made in Japan and you dropped it, it broke. Made in Japan was a joke. Made in Japan were the Japanese planes that you could bring down with one good shot. Made in Japan was silly. That was 1945. You go to 1975, and it says made in Japan, and when you close the door on the car, it sounds like a bank vault door. Thump. You know, everything fits perfectly. So what they did after the Second World War is they started teaching themselves how to make good cars, how to make good things, and they took that market away from us. Chrysler and Lee Iacocca. Lee Iacocca is my favorite. My mother's really my favorite, but my mother and Lee Iacocca, one of my favorite stories, because his picture was on a magazine, and I was looking at it, and Mama was sitting there in the mansion, and I said, boy, this guy made a lot of money. She said, who is he? And we talked half Italian, half English. And I says, Lee Iacocca, he's an Italian guy. She says, oh, yeah, he made a lot of money. She said, how? I said, well, he found, automobiles, et cetera. She said, what's the matter? You can't make a car? You know. So there are a lot of ways, and this time he's going to speak about it on Wednesday, I guess. He's going to speak about how he's going to create jobs, and he's going to have to speak very specifically. Everybody's going to be listening. You know, it has to be practical. It has to work. You have to say, okay, this is the amount of money, and to whom are you going to give it, Mr. President? Well, I'm going to give it to these kind of people. What are they going to do with it, Mr. President? And how many jobs, what kinds of jobs? Be very specific, Mr. President, because you did this to us the last time, and the money didn't produce a whole lot of jobs. And this will be a different kind of program, and it'll be a good one. And so that'll start us off.